Welcome back to the Mind Service. We are back again, and I am with the one and only Uncle Ngozo. Leo nagula mabanza amabwela njala. Sinanga makhola usiku amakhola amakamba.
Hayi Gugu.
Dad makoma gezela kugwira ntchito. Ya production. Kwenda nga ntchito yose nakhala ina koma ya production ndipange specific.
Gugu simu yangu
Fanke nake amagalizo babalalika.
Hayi random.
Ndi ntchito yo usiku yomwe yose.
You know when people reach out to me amanoleka hule chifukwa cha statement ngara.
Ine? Na izimene ine.
When people reach out to me.
Airu. Ndipo saka uhuleza nambisa nali Mbumba mawira nolika hule kanga.
Until today ama komenta mwina pa Facebook banga olika hule kanga.
Ngona. Ndanthu anama mefono na makunene nolika hule. Amawuza kuti ndwe hule. Kusali ma statements.
Mafuna ntundu wa Malawi udziwe. Munthu nese nitakufusira. And there's a story behind it.
Iyo ndibodze for proof ndili nayo. Pa munthu amaenda nini ntawuni mwe. Okay. Eba kakhwadwa dutsa wina wake.
Kumasiyanitsa munthu.
Inaira ine kwalangiza ndipo nobata anasiya. Iye ndi Geoff.
Anthu ofusiridwa. Mafusiridwa. Era say, look, kumasiyanitsa munthu ofusiridwa ndi munthu ofusira. Munthu okondedwa ndi azimayi ndi munthu okonda azimayi. You see, these are two different things. It's not our problem we have.
Ine mwina ndioneka ngati wa mabodza ndine. Koma tswina ake nkazali ngaso anyamala ngawo kuti tiye ntawoni tikayang'ane zinthu zanu za production zija jambula. Video saza zoti nendo wajambula video. Zimene amapanga ntawoni anthuwa.
Pepani.
Mamve ndemuza jaje ndinu. Kaya. Kanga sinagone mokwana nde zomwe yankhulazi. Zoti ndiyamba kulula zinthu zambirimbiri. Lero ndabwera kumabwino. But anyway, guys, welcome back, right? Komaso ine mafana ndibemphekwe. Ngati anthu ababandi service. Sitinakhale kondimisa pamodzi pano. Then mafuna kuti Mungu rumizako ya misa.
Vinyo. Nkade opanda chorubitsa.
Opanda chorubitsa. Vinyo eka kuti tidzapanga misa mwambo wa misa bwino pamande service. Kwa nobati maipsadanga.
33 I think no.
Kodi tikafika hands. Kama tizakhale ikafika misa izakhale ikafika 50.
For that one it's a hands in Blage.
Ina Blage. Ndio ife ikafika 50 tizakhale ndi misa. Mwambo wankate ndi vinyo. Munga mwamadikoni ndi mazibusage. But anyway, welcome back, as I've already said, to the Manda Service Common Lounge. It has been a great week. I think last time we were with the problematic group. You know what? As always, I appreciate you. We had interesting comments. We appreciate your comments. And I think most of you really loved the topic that we brought last week. This week, I brought a story, which is, it looks too complicated. Komano, I wanted Wish's opinion on this situation. Because I think most of the time, mumadinina, timagondera, feminist, but we are not feminist. I'm not a feminist also. For me, I'm a humanitarian. I cater for all species, animals, humans alike. I'm for everyone. Right?
Nah. According to the last show,
I'm not bestiality. We're not talking about bestiality. I'm talking about love, community, whatever. Right? So yeah, ndakubweresera nkani imene okhangalazi bambo lero le muthaku ikonda kwabasi. Muthakuti idazi maife. Kudazi maife di fear women. Kani lero ndi ayani? Fear women. But we already know this. Fear all species. That's the bottom line. Anyway, kani anandirumizira anali new guy, cause new guy yo anaibeza nkani. Nada say kani tigambe. Nenda bobo. So this is not in Malawi. Komaso, I will give you another one similar to this one. Nigeria kumalawi kunogo. So it means Nena is in Tuzi. It's not.
It's equal.
It's everywhere. So in Nigeria, there is a baby girl. Or there was a baby girl. Sanafi kumanajoka ngo Nigeria. Right? So uchai akukhabe ndi masteni ndi adadi pakhomo yanchani koma she's of age, wamaliza school, whatever, and she has a very very stable relationship. Anthu amamvana wambiri.
Yeah.
Akumvana kwa basi. So anamwitana. Ndazi masteni amwitana mwana wawo wamkazi kuti mami inuyo mwangula ndeta upezerani mamuna. Ukwadziwa akutakuti aja. Pajali ese timafamene ese makhanda akutakuti aja.
Akutakuti.
Mese kumuzi wa John. Nde John pajana pita kunja. Ali ku USA. Ndakusakasaka mkazi kumene koko ndi makolo ake andipeza. Nzora mulindi inuyo mwana wanu ndiorani wabwino. Ndefe tiwene oti tilimbitse ubalo umene uwu. Ndefe regulizana nazo. Ndiye ababa tiwene oti tiyambe madongosolo chani abanja. Iwo jaimve nkhani oti komana anthu inu muzoti ndi boyfriend achale, right? Adaitu ino mwene murani muthethe zimene zozo ifama muna nduri nduyo. And moreover tuyenera kuti we need to relationship yathu irani tiyimangitse bwinobwino. So Johnny azifika in the next month. So akamabwera zoyena kuti pamene tipange yani zaukwati. Zakada okay. Anesera kukana nango give what see basi but genuinely it is we should be listening to our elders. Ndanaga kumana ndi chale kumuza situation what I say inkhani ndiyo ndi imene nda chale financially sukuti alikhenge zikwavuta
Ngozo
kwa basi komano tukwima
ndifana uthamanga
kwa basi wayone love kwambiri tukupereka kwa basi
songakhala oshora nje
olo aya ndipo soti makonda anthu otero fana zoti game amathume amayika mu one pocket fine. All right, so each is this is not okay. Komano nde bebigana namuzira komano uziwa yani we can titakumaje zabe because ineyo is not as if I'm in full agreement with this whole arrangement, so we can still be chatting. We are not enemies. Chanja njani chale nangoda ndani just give me space guy. Anyway, a month later Uncle John abwera. Right, abwerako ndekuti basi zamwambo yanjanjani zoserarani tapanga zatheka. Baby boo kumbangisa renti an apartment while he started my processes ayani. No my process amapepala kuti asipitali kuti limodzi. Ndija wewelenga anamuzera uziwa ineyo my goal ndimafuna nditadzakhala nurse. So I'm seeing nina kuti ndikapita koko I think my chances are going to be low for admission into a university.
Because of the school difference.
And also at the same time, I think it would be more expensive kudine I should learn ogo than what ningo puzila wodigo kunogo. And I think nigga puzila kunogo if I get my degree, it will be easier for me within the
come and work there.
And the base in Chito so Daja, very understanding man. He's already in love with this beautiful woman. Just like, you know what? I'm very glad you are this intelligent.
Let's do it.
Don't worry. I will sponsor everything else. And okay, because I think her program was for 4 years, right? So that's fine. They would let me rent an apartment. So he was only there. He was supposed to be there for only 3 months. So when he was leaving, he made sure baby grass a safari. She's settled, she's proper. Bobo. Mastibe ndi samatumiza so.
Chimodzimodzi alawasi yatha.
Basi. Anamusira dola nini. Dola ya dola. Kuda, mami, you know, don't suffer while I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I think he was coming into the country like twice a year Kuti should be with the girl. So anamangezo anamuzora I think pano but samangezo nodi dikalegale Indiana. Ningopanga guys focus is a school and then after that ndikabwera then we'll start no family bwino and then zanchito yanjala. So I'm like, okay, no worries. Tizani, let's do that. Yo, just see apartment is na. See guy model is na. I said,
Ngozo.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, and I still have my man. And my man, so ababa suda ubanga senizende anyway. Ndana mwimpira. Uncle Chale. Kurale tikumane tikambilane. So basa na antu aja kukambirana muziwa zamuzawini babacha. Kena wa situation wazione ndekuti kenako she started asking kuda undonjezere ku stipend you know monthly allowance njani ndekuti dola jakamambwera should divert kwa data dola namba ma business nana muzora I think iwe kuti my business ako azigwira bobo I think you should also do program ina you know kuti ilimbite degree yako so baby kwa namba malibili data fees ndekuti yakuthamangisa business iwe apita so ku school jani zinomatheka baby boo akabwera from you know from USA everything else okay everything else normal akabida we are continuing akabwera we are on hold you know for 4 years it was going on like that kena kwamalisa he husband is now excited I know that mpakali my process of visas ateka mami girl flies kumene kuti zamba kuteka baby boo kumbangisira mapapers oti ayambe ntchito baby kuyamba ntchito mepachi basito zikhale nesinangawa these two they are still talking right mami girl ndi Uncle Chale they are still talking ndikena kwaya pano mapanga maplano noti Uncle Chale ata
abwere God damn it.
Bacha Uncle Chale abwere. In one of she traveled I think back. So in one of those visits akubwerera ended up kuti mama girl is done.
Kasambira.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Is swimming, is having is jubi, is whatever, is poor.
Yeah.
Is yes.
No.
But still no.
Poor sperms are very strong.
I would okay. However, situation ndokuti I should just be ndingo mozilatu Uncle John and auze kuti situation mene ineyo andinango kukwatira because of the situation. But it's not as if I loved you. Mwagudi ineyo I always had this guy. So ndufuna ndibasi chite. Yeah, just she's thinking about that. Her ancestors are not with her. While she's busy thinking of to talk to Uncle John, Uncle John ka now she na jilita nijani. Bezani my conversations on the phone. Yeah. Season 9 nderubo. Ndembo nina mambo kuyamba no ugamba wadano.
This is what happened.
I was forced into this, but I already had him. He's the love of my life. He's my soulmate. He's soulmate, right? Even right now I'm pregnant for him. Uncle John.
Whoa.
He was on I've spent so much on you. And I've invested so much in you. I've loved you in you. I didn't care when I did I warn I fell in love with you. Mama, how can you even do this to me? So Uncle John, did you want before you want to go zama was Zami tita. Is that okay, Jabuino? We can work this.
No.
We can work it out. Tell me, what do you need me to do?
No.
You are the love of my life. You are my soulmate. Baby girl, wana. All I want Baba need divorce. So grant me this divorce kodi mwanai ndikalire buno ndani?
Ndi mbambo ake.
Ndi mbambo ake. So no. Buno mwanai ndilira. It doesn't matter. I will take care of everything. It's like, nope. she gave him my divorce papers kumana dan anadinga bentawe kuda saini I don't know what I think baby girl sagu sunti
she's not virgin
basa nangu saini komano neori ango chale no apangano land in the country of everything wankakandi uji ndokuti mavisa achateka chanjanja alintika ndekuti mami girl wapanga chineyo sister no there's already a house chanjanja
no
tinakafikira kuti
kumeneko
mami girl kuti
kumeneko
basi
foreign country we start
basi let's start all over again now this is what we wanted so mami girl akuti sinanga Uncle John is still not okay actually even went on social media to actually talk about the story whatever so now this girl is like responding I think that when I say my situations it's not as if I'm backing myself up come on I think you should also hear my side of the story this is what happened so now she's explaining this is what happened whatever right so now she's saying Nena Woody she is ready. Her and Uncle Charlie, they are ready to pay him back everything else that he spent on her and more as a thank you. When I would put this a year, I'll put business.
I was a business.
Hey, what's this? And then she's going to they will give him back everything else that he spent on them. And then and more. Komano, there's no remorse necessarily. Komano basi sinanga opportunity. Rune kani remain nda kubelesa neno tsukula lero ndiyo ndimene.
Ndaya kumalawi mwigamba leta mwiphatisa.
Ai ndingo ikanga kuti chongopanga. Kuti wina so zidanchitikirapo zimachitika actually even in this country in Malawi like my families I've seen a couple of families when I would amauza their daughters kanda anzawenake nawozera hana warukangirirani dibangi komano it always backfires somehow pena bage baje sinanga ndoje makora sakudziwana we know especially the girl makora na ndi wezeke serious and then almost you're marrying this guy ndabrome ujantu sakudziwana they have to start trying to know each other they sometimes they don't marinate very well because what is atabo so it hey guys complications Muli know my guy mungara like the men in this congregation what would you do if you were and you as the man of this congregation as our deacon what would you do if you were faced with this situation in your Uncle John
acceptance
come on
okay and it's not gonna be easy. When we talk about acceptance, people assume it's gonna be easy. It's not easy. That's why it's acceptance. You have to be comfortable with something that is making you uncomfortable. But also you also have to understand both sides. And in Abangano, I think the majority of us are fixated on how we feel, not the context of the entire thing. There are certain things that happen to us, it's unfair. But at the end of the day, that was inevitable. Okay, let's say, for example, in this case, from the get-go. I think it's not like this marriage could have not worked out. It could have worked out in a different angle. You understand? There are those things that you want your daughter and my son to get married. Okay, fine. Why can't we put them in a situation that they can know each other? You get. Aye. Okay. Let me tell you something. I'm all for marrying strategically.
Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Marrying strategically is, let's say, for example, transporters.
Okay.
When you and I marry, we are emerging two businesses that can do better in the long run. I'm all for that.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, can you give this platform to these people? It's no longer something that is imposed on them, but they can decide along the way. Let me tell you the funny thing about love is we all grow to love the person next to us.
Okay.
But the only problem becomes when somebody forces us to love somebody else that we have not yet accepted to love that person. Okay, for example, you and I can meet Ngozo Ngozo is just Ngozo. Along the way, you get to know this person. I think he's a nice person. I think but he's doing ABCD. I think he's like this, and that makes you fall for that person. You get what I'm saying? So what we can give in our day and age, if we want strategic relationships, is to put people in a position where they should accept it. Good, it's coming from them, not being imposed on them.
Therefore, not in this situation, Nigeria now in position, you.
Iweyo ulini boyfriend Asha.
Aye.
Asha Veva. Wanyinyirika. Okay, Brandon, your cousin.
Okay,
fine. Are safe. So, and how what akufuna iwe ndine tikwatilana. Whether we like it or not, every relationship imakhalima cracks. And umapeze kuti or even iwora konkonda wina akuchesa jani. If you are put on a train yonena kuti you are on my railway, you may decide along the way. Kumano uyu anakangara muzoti musiye wakuti upite kwa wakuti, which does not work because a lot of us believe kuti there is a love of our life, which is a lie. There's no such thing as your love of your life.
Kulibe?
Okay, you should understand. There's no such thing as the one. The one is a person that you choose to spend time with because love is convertible. Love is not.
You are the love of my life. Say, the love of my life is.
Now, you get what I'm saying? I'm not. Who you have chose.
Love of my life.
Wamusanga. This is what I'm saying. There's no somebody specifically out there for you. You have to choose that Luke is gonna be the one for me.
You?
Okay. It's an example.
Okay, I was just trying.
Are you Mr. or Mrs.?
Obviously.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if I choose you, I'll choose you. You become the one for me. No, I can't fantasy in the head, Goody, there is somebody specially catered for you. Now, that's what messes a lot of things. And if you discover, Goody, a lot of our relationships are not working in this day and age, yet they're built on love. In the past, they were built on connection. Haven't you figured out what's happening?
Komaso, hey. Ujeni. It's based but no my marriages they are based on love. But we are also seeing a different statistics which is even bigger where komano mwainagala opportunity kuna ntutukana because of opportunity komaso ndisijezonori somerwanga nkampezela bajamo chifake nagacha kani ainagacha
nomsankule ino amonera show aminacha aminacha
komaso atwenaso ambili mpilo onora kamaka kwatira amanena kuti amaimbira
ndisometi kale kwina kwake
yacha
ikatsazikani ndiwina wake
tukakwatu I'm getting married. My wedding is and then this and a bit. Twene tukumani. Tingo your man.
Tsazikana.
Ndiye no why are we marrying the other person?
That's what I'm saying, Kuti.
Mr. So wamenya soka choice so ndo kuti so ngwadile so adaina.
Now you should get this. When I said Kuti the one is the one you choose to. Now you choose to be loyal to that person, you choose to commit that person, you choose to find that person your love of your life, denying everyone else. Choice is about commitment. If I choose Gugu, there's gonna be a girl that is more beautiful than her, more intelligent than her, somebody who appear more understanding than my woman. But the fact that she's not my woman, she's not mine.
I got money available.
The fact is, Inengari Mamuna, I'm your boyfriend. I'll always know there will be a guy richer than me, smarter than me, stronger than me, financially stable than me. If that's what you're looking for, you're going to be a wandering soul. But if you choose, you make a choice and you commit to that choice, you discover they keep on jumping from left, right, and there's another person who chooses business.
wayankhulako ndaena kuti kumayankhula kuti nzeru tinalake so tine nzeru zaka 100% koma napo wanibwereserako so funso linake idea so inake
yeah.
right. Why is it kuti is one person in a relationship mabeka example yetu ndiluki
yeah oh inondi Brandon mweta
sorry ndine sina ngwanori
yeah iwe ine ndani it's just a love triangle
okay love triangle so iwe usandiwa at least is meant for a name yeah. Why is it that is one person that makes that choice? And most of the times imakala because we don't hear stories from men
yeah
this story is 1 in 1,000 this man had to come in the open and started talking about this. Like I said, this story, it's a response from what the guy said on social media. So she also went on social media, right? But most men, they don't talk about their experiences. But to those that have actually come out, and okay, besides that, most stories timamvera kwa azimai, right? Kwena kuti I gave this man my heart, my soul, my body, my whatever, right? I gave him everything. Komano, he decided to betray me like this. Like from the beginning that we even got married, ndakalo sina chiwandi sin majona mwino in the marriage. Ndakalo zunziga ngambi like my husband muntu wonda maskate. Timaona kaniziza membi even like I know what a lot of you are big fans of even Bemba Rampandi. We see this kind of stories. Kwambili, a lot of women saying my husband then I'm gonna skate. Kwambi china chili just like ndamenya bwene azimai ambili just because of whatever he does. So I've never seen peace in my marriage, but I've given him my sweat, my love, my whatever. Why is it that? Because you're talking about choice. But when you make a choice, within that choice, you choose to be loyal to this person. You choose to give this person your all, everything. Soma sini like just soma big. But then why is it always one-sided? It's one person that is giving 100, but the other partner is probably maybe giving you a 20 or 30. Why is it like that?
Maturity.
Okay, maturity on which side? On both sides? One person?
What I'm saying is, maturity does not come with age, it comes with decisions.
Yes.
Decisions which you are willing to commit to. Now, you should understand the funny thing about relationships. Men, most of the times, we lust after status.
Okay.
Women lust after feelings.
Okay.
So, meaning men are gonna be more thrilled by status. Ndagwira nkazi andwanyashi. Ndagwira nkazi onena kuti ndiwachonchi and ndofunika nkazi oli ndi status yanga tizigwirizana. That type in that sort. Ndeumve. Kwambiri the majority of women would be more based. Majority of more women would be more based on how they feel. I've never felt loved, cared for. So the cheating would go kwambiri the majorly in this parts. There are more issues also to that, but I think to me these ones are what stand out. So the time that I choose to be with a person, I should understand this becomes my status. And if this woman is not the status that I want, then it's my responsibility to raise her from the status where she is to the status that I want.
Because women can easily do that.
Can do that. Now,
taxi driver.
And it's the same even with a woman. Body structure. You can take a woman, you can do that. And you can have that. And on this one, it will be more cheaper even for you than just cheating. But at the end of the day, the maturity for us to say, I'm going to work on this person.
Breakdown. What is going to be cheaper? How?
I say, have you discovered
Have I?
Okay, no. Okay, in you being in the circles, cheating costs more than just you being loyal to somebody and help that person.
Okay.
Okay. Nkazi, I'm cheating with a woman. She will need 70,000 ya gym. She will need 150,000 or 200,000 ya rentals. She will need maybe 100,000 ya makeup or something. My cosmetics like about 200,000. We are talking about close to 800,000. Well, the woman at my house tirika ndi nyumba 200,000. If she's going to a gym tikapita a couple setup. Because she's working on herself. Kumakama couple setup. Takuza kuti anthu amakondana akamandikirana tikamba gym rose limodzi sitiyambokondana na.
Aye, my boundaries jamabwera maka. I will introduce the third
party. You see, that's a funny thing.
Yeah,
my boundaries akukhoza kwagwira kumanona ngaini.
Iwe so my choice akusali.
Mzanga.
Dati tipitiliza analyzing the situation.
You get what I'm saying? So this person, it would be more cheaper like that. If you have to do kind diet, kind cosmetics, kind all of you are on the same place. And now you're going to see somebody move from one place to another place. And because of the healthy boundaries that you already have as a house, you don't have the mental stress with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are not able to commit to that. Now, if it's a man, and I've always said, your man cannot be like the man, but your man can be his best version. A lot of us to appreciate our loved ones. It's not that good our loved ones are not trying, but we are giving them a wrong standard.
Okay,
we were talking about umavanga drinks habo. Ona ma drinks abanga I say her foods are just her drinks nice. Okay, so now my woman, let's say you do zinungarizi. In the work environment because I say my girlfriend, I think I would love her to be mixing zinto.
Okay.
These are things that are trainable. Even if I have to pay you, I'm gonna be enjoying that at home.
Yeah.
So she's leveling up to that degree.
There are other men. If I won't so generalize. If this is I should not bag you up, you other women, right? Because there are other men that actually do think like that.
Yeah.
Right? And then he will try to enroll her into my classes. She is not interested also at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, we have heard so many stories, the other men are complaining, right? Like the house is not sima, it's never kept. Like like she would do makeup, she would dress up, she would do whatever. But when we got married, so this man is just Nancy. I've tried to talk to her, I've tried like my initiatives
yeah.
But zero. Then mufunazira.
Okay. Now let me tell you when it comes to marriage. You remember last time the Bible says that it's better for a man not to marry. Now that verse goes ahead. It says that it's better for a man not to marry because the one who marries is going to worry about two things. Number one, how to please the Lord. Number two, how to please the spouse.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So now, the moment I commit to you, your interest becomes something that is important to me.
Yes.
My the same vice versa. So if you're my woman, you're telling me, Ngozo, banje gym. You're getting a pot belly. That is not just a suggestion. That is a preference that you'd want to see in me. So when we start seeing it, my body I'm not enough. Now you begin to create an environment. You're like, baby, I think ndinaona makeup yawe inawake koza ura kukala baby ndinaona chituzi china chake outfit imene ukhoza kumuoneka bwino in that. Now vuto ndonena kuti anthu maturity ndi makamba ita you know we are not able to expand beyond the horizon that we have created. You should understand if you and I are together ukubwera ndi nyumba yakwanu nende ukubwera ndi nyumba yakwathu. But now we have to shade off our skins and build a new home, a new language, a new behavior. And a lot of us zimasokonekera baba because umambo ine kwathu sankandi yankhula chonje ine kwathu zinthu sizinkatera. No, you are no longer one, you are in this place.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the story. Yes. The parents, whatever. I think we've always communicated on this platform, and I always preach to this because it's one of the things that I believe in very strongly. Honesty, right?
Yeah.
honesty for me is number one key. It doesn't matter whether your honesty is going to hurt that person's feelings, but it is the truth, right? Minority, the truth hurts, but if it is going to save you resources and years of pain, it's rather you just the band-aid right from the beginning, right? Jabino, this situation has happened. This is my take, has happened. Your parents, they have decided, what do you have to do this, whatever. For me, second probably mistake. The parents have decided now.
Also communication.
Not just communication. You could, because your parents already know of your serious relationship, right? Could you are with this guy, but to them probably they don't like him because he's not solid financially, whatever. But might know the people grow, right? Seasons change. Besides the point, when she was also supposed to communicate to this guy from the get-go. Could I say? Our parents, they're saying, ABCD. And probably, yes, probably maybe you like me or whatever. But this is my stand. This is my situation. I am in a very, very committed relationship with this guy. And I love him. So I don't know if you still want to move forward with this, because I also believe strongly. Let's say I am before the wedding. I was this is ABCD. If the guy would have said no, that you know what, I don't think this girl, I want to marry this girl anymore. Both parties are
separate.
Because what the man says we're in a patriarchal society. Right? This guy was like her. Hey, good evening, can you find me another person? And I got cancelled. You wouldn't have gone any further. Come if one guy's wagana, come on, the man is still insisting, well, no, this is what I want. Then they continued with the situation. Right? Come on, for me, it was also honesty from communication before the marriage. This is my situation. I'm in a very committed relationship. Yes, we do have our challenges. Komano, this is my situation. So my fear is if we get married, the chances are very high I will be cheating with you on this guy. Because I'm not ready to let this person go. If in that situation, do you think even in Muna Koduna in Yango John, right, would you have moved forward?
No.
Knowing that this person has told you about her situation, would you have moved forward?
No, I wouldn't have. And also, I think it's figuring out this guy in this case he's a guy who is already established. So he's looking for somebody to build something with. Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, he could have respected that fact, because if he respected the fact that he has married this woman, he has spent coming back from the US, but at the same time, he says, for 4 years, you can still do school. This guy could have understood.
And knowing good, I'm just going to be seeing you 2 times in a year. Cause this is gonna video call, whatever. Command physically, it's just twice probably in a year. It means he meant my choice. This is my woman, right? And I want to build with. I want to build her up. I want to build with her. Whatever. Komano, if the alignment is not there in terms of whether emotionally, because this babe was investing in her soulmate.
And what you have said, I've just remembered something. I was contemplating this at that time. I figured out, Rudy, no, I have a girlfriend. No, I have a boyfriend. Has high chance of dating this person in the future than a person who can just have a situationship. And then a lot of us don't understand that.
That wasn't good.
Okay. You and I cannot be in a relationship if only the boyfriend. I say, go, you know what? I like you, but I have a woman. We cannot be anything, and I'm not going to read you on. That person has more chances being in a relationship with you in future tense, because you as a woman or you as a man, you're going to respect this person. I have a person. You're going to respect that integrity. A lot of us feels like and at the end of the day, we lose what we think we love, and we lose what we could have had potentially, because there's always tomorrow. Imagine relationship yawa pakati pano banja ndiraja ndila bobo wandivetseze komano whether we like it or not, storms will come, issues are gonna arise. Foundation imene build up as into zina zake, excuse me, imampatsa munthu mantha onena kuti ngati uyu anapanga zijazi what about wandimvetsetsa and whether we like it or not tikoza kukondwa because we are benefiting today.
Yeah.
But what happens tomorrow when you have an insecurity kuti you are the victim tomorrow?
True, because sorry for me being the prophet of doom. What if now Uncle Chalewa now so he's an opportunist?
Uncle Chalewa apita ku US apeza nzunguyo, she has a trust fund, she's a trust fund kid. What happens?
Isinanga ndi baby girl mena mayamba na begena kaligos. Nde anaka naye nganga kuti sinanga kulidora. Nendu kuja nawo mumu. Nde apapa ndipiraso ku USA. Nde I need to be a good boy.
A good boy. And men now are tied to statuses, women are tied to feelings. You understand? Status ya uyere nori abangarize abu kwamba unora omainie banje nitatenga nzungu banje nditatene.
Ndaluza kwili.
So there are always, okay, we should always prey on probability when it comes to humans.
Si wena bo nkani.
Because
choka
nkani kuchoka and another thing chimene anthu tonse tizikumbukira whether we are marrying somebody or we are being in a relationship, there is always tomorrow.
That is very true, but for me also, it didn't remember things like communication, but we also maybe we don't talk about how hard that communication is to open up a door and to let the kind of worms just to pop out and run wild. We don't understand, I think that's why most people, they don't even try to communicate, because there's a notion of kuti ndiga yankhula izizi nde kuti mwina zinthu zithapo.
Yeah.
Or maybe this person is going to see me in a certain way, whatever. And I think let me just let it, let me just let it slide, whatever. Because our communication, and I do fully understand, to have conversation with a person and know they truly matter, it's very hard, but it's necessary. The communication made my, I think no, you don't communicate, but we also don't understand to have my conversations these are hard. I'm looking at it on this perspective. Our culture does not allow communication. I will take you back from, and you even agree with me, because I saw right? As young, right? You want to be backing yourself up, giving them the reasons why you did what you did and why they're beating you up. What do they say? What do your parents say? Osati kuti ndosamba ukayamba kuti uyankhule pachi ndakuyankhas ndiwo mwana eti uvapo awuvapo. Like, we are taught to not speak out, like to not whether to give opinions or whatever mungu kala do. Guys, why are you speaking back to your elders? Right? So we don't understand the psychological aspect as we're growing up, because that starts affecting in other relationships that we have, right? Because now you start thinking that if I speak out what I'm thinking, it's not going to end well, because your brain goes back to that moment where they whooped your ass subconsciously. So now it goes into your other relationships, right? Could if you speak out, but there are also other factors. As women, we are told your husband is your Lord. You need to, like, your husband, so you need to respect his decisions. You need to do whatever. And men, they're also growing up with the same teaching. So your wife is not even supposed to talk back at you or tell you what is wrong, because that is very, very wrong, right? So as a society, communication in my social media, my comment section, no, your communication is not good. Your communication you guys you don't communicate. But we don't understand that communication, just to have that conversation, it is very, very hard. I'm not
It's, the funny thing about communication that nobody talks about is you communicate what you're communicating, the comprehension is beyond your control. And that's what a lot of people are afraid. Because I'm going to tell you what I'm communicating, how you interpret it, you don't interpret from what I'm saying. So I think communication means risking rejection. You talked about my parents. Have you figured a lot of strict parents raised chronic liars and manipulators? So it becomes a norm. So, and we are afraid of rejection. And I've seen that a couple of times in relationships. There's woman out because all along umaziwa. But at the end of the day, so the funny thing about the failure to communicate what you want or what you expect from a person, what you are afraid people are gonna see you, they're gonna see you 1,000 times more.
Exactly.
Because you could have just been a bad person because but right now it's you have led somebody on, you have ate their money. Now instead of you just cheater and opportunist, and at the end of the day you're like, man, this is not what I meant, what I intended to happen. And I believe a lot of people can echo with me. We have been in places where people label us a lot of things and you're there like, I wish you understood where I'm coming from. But the damage is done.
And it's worse. That's why I'm saying, you know what, from the get-go, in there, depending with the men, they lean more on the logical side, and women are more on the emotional side. You know what, I'm always 50-50 with that one because we are all emotional beings.
And I figured out good men, we are more emotional than women.
Exactly. We are
we are not more explicit about it.
Yes.
But men are more emotional than women.
Very.
It's just that maybe we're trained not to be explicit of that emotion because emotion is
weak. Why are you crying? Are you a girl? And a lot of you have said that because somebody said that to you. You have seen somebody else say that to a kid, and you think it's normal. When a baby boy is crying, you have to say, "Are you a girl?" What's wrong with being a girl, people?
My best friend. So my best friend, we were laughing. I think this week. Yeah, he came over home, so we're talking, so we're laughing, Mazul. I think that was around 10 p.m. So he's like, "Do you remember when you got heartbroken in Bagaboxa Kokwepa?" And this is what happened. Yo, that was a bad
I really love it when I see a man cry. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, now this is what I'm saying. By that time, I went through a time that I really wanted to cry. And I would go in and cry one day, because life wouldn't make sense in a certain degree. Yeah. But I don't remember a time when I sat with my guy, Ndegudida. Yeah. Imagine good they would come, look at me, and all they would do is just laugh through which process. But I think at the end of the day, women still have a chance to do that. And she cries.
Which actually reminds us of something. Like a friend of mine, a man, obviously, not a friend of mine in that sense also. Not like that. Right. So, we all know TK by now. She's my housemate, and yes, my very, very good friend. So we have a mutual friend who is a man, right? So he comes through this weekend. This week to Majeza. So he says something. What do you know what? I'm more open to you guys. I'm able to talk to you and tell you my problems on whatever, because as men we don't create these safe spaces where we are able to talk. Because I'm talking like your friend will just be like, say just man up. Or say sing honey meaning. What I'm going through is very valid. I'm in that situation. But as men, we don't create those spaces where we are heard and it was and as in help each other that. So for like, okay, I'm saying it as him now. But if like for me, I'm very comfortable to come here and tell you guys, hey guys, this is what I'm going through, go through, because you guys, you're able to listen and then manditandiza.
Yeah.
So nditakusowa for a month or two, but I always know where I need to go. So it's just, we talk about mental health, men's mental health.
Yeah.
Komano, where does it start? Where should it start? Should it start with the circles of women creating these safe spaces, or should it start with you men creating these safe spaces for yourselves? Because us as women, we create safe spaces, for each other. Kati nena na atika yankrana kumbai wina nyamugaga nena so winago. Komano, in that moment, you are listening, you are hearing your friend, right? Komano, men, you don't have those safe spaces.
Yeah. I think it's up to us men to create those. Last night I was watching a movie, Courageous. If you have watched Courageous movie, I think this also sheds more light on men being fathers and being responsible in their communities. So this other day, I think I couldn't depend on Courageous was that because I was like, Ambuye, I think I really need to find a way where men can process certain things, because I've gone through certain seasons and I know I needed somebody to talk to. And you talk to certain people, be like, Ngozo, but at the end of the day, you cannot just man up and go. And that's why we have more suicides when it comes to men. And there are more men that are creating more urgent decisions that will make them either end in drugs or in jail.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, it's us. I start with my friend. I say, what is happening? And you listen to them with a listening ear. Could I say, what is happening? Man, you know what? I think, and the beautiful thing about men is accountability. See, on our side, because you grow up telling good everything is your fault. So it's easy for you to talk to a man. Man, I think your woman can do A, B, C, D, but you as a man, I think this was your fault.
Statement inde tuvumiliza.
Yeah.
Siru kujutselana maxi.
Yeah.
Tuvumiliza. Even when you have grown up to be told good everything else is your fault.
Yeah.
As first bones, ife as my ife. Hey, and angadi no yakuza nodi it's your fault. Ngona akasalili. Wamenya mwana usuna kunde.
Yeah.
So us as also firstborns.
Yeah.
We know the feeling. So yeah.
I think there is that accountability. I always say good, every human problem stems from a human.
Yes.
If we are responsible enough in our communities, in our homes, in our relationships, to figure out, Kuti, one person cannot just cause the chaos. I might have contributed, even though maybe I'm hurt. I think it will create more healthy relationships than just say, Kuti, it's about a woman, it's about a man. I think last week in Manuel, you know what? I think society context it's divided about men and women, and it's true. But at the end of the day, whether a man or a woman, we are humans first. We are all going through something. We are all scarred from the homes we are coming from and to the future that we are going to. And if we have to create a beautiful future, it will start with us as humans. How can we be there for our next guy, our next woman, our sister, our brother, our neighbor? And butterfly effect. It starts from here, going outside.
Yes. And also, I just want to add, and I think in the previous shows, I've also said these things. You know what, guys? I think individually, we're talking about choices here. Yes, it all starts from a person's choice, and maturity, it comes with the decisions and the choices that we're making. But we're also making bad choices at the same time, because you deciding and making a choice, you're going to marry a man just because of their money, and you're not. Yes, it's going to create other problems in there. All of those things, right? It's also stemming from our decisions. Knowing the difference between right and wrong, but we're also not saying, Goody, it's wrong for you to marry a rich man.
Yeah.
It's not wrong, right? It's not wrong. But what I'm trying to say is, and I keep talking about this, is being honest with yourself and knowing what you are and what you like.
Yeah.
Because when people come to you, whether they want a relationship with you, whatever, if they are not fitting your bracket, it's very easy to say, nah, I don't know, nah, I don't think what we can do.
We can do this.
Right? But it's also not just that. It's knowing what you like. Of course, I'll give you probably 3 things. Men and women cannot be friends. I always choose to differ because for me personally, I have the brotherhood and the sisterhood. And my brotherhood, we are stemming from Tigo primary, mpaka now. And nothing has ever happened sexually, whatever. We are just humans who have a common goal or whatever. Sisterhood, same, very solid and whatever. So I'm just trying to squash whatever you people say. But why is it not the other women that can thrive having brotherhoods and others cannot? It's because you are able to see, is this a sexual relationship? Because I think an to like a guy or even if they have any hidden agendas. Timaziwa, if I get my to on a bench or that in the bestie, whatever, because deep down, Woody, this guy has something for you. Right? If you ever hear a girl say, this one is my brother, nah, literally, there's nothing. So I'm with you on that one, right? Another thing is, when you're able to know, and you have to be able to differentiate, if you like a person and when a person comes, because sexual energy, a person does not have to look at you in a very sexual, alluring way. No. You feel it. It's like a magnetic pull. You know what, hey, I have this guy. This guy, I like this guy. They're liking. Is it transferring to dating or being in a relationship with this person, or zugungo tera on a sexual level? If it's that, it's your decision to make. Or do you just want to eat this person and go? And you should be able to have that boundary. This person is just a sexual person and that's it. Then move on, right? Because sexual, emotional, there's an emotional connection, there's a sexual connection, there's all of those things, right? With a person, you should be able to differentiate. Is a friend or why not, then you're able to make a decision. They really with the intentions of being with you, date you, whatever, you are able to know because their intentions are very clear. As a man, men always say, or even us women, a man that loves a woman would always, they would do everything else for that woman because they know this woman madani dimankonda, right? So from their actions, their intentions, whatever, they will give you the whole you still know. This person, I think I can build something with this person. When you are able to differentiate and work in your private space to be able to analyze the person's behavior, every situation surrounding all of these people, you can be able to have honest conversation with yourself. Do I really like this person? Do I really want to be with this person? And even your body would tell you, nah, let's move on. In that way, I feel like easy is a heartbreak. Easy guys don't know what to na cheat. I feel like what is it Common is because we people as a species, as humans,
and now we are saying that. Now I think something clicked in my head. Good. Okay. Kaya. Okay. Not necessarily. You cannot be in love and ukhala wanzela at the same time, right? That's also what I'm saying. Okay. Nani sana marize. Look, I'm at count down. Okay. Okay. Undive. No matter how much you love a person, you should be willing to either accept your love or decline it. And you should also have the mental stability to say if they decline it, you can walk away.
Exactly. I was about to go there.
Yeah. So I think that's where now intelligence has to come in. Despite me loving you, I should love you enough to say, if you don't choose me, I can walk away. A lot of us don't know that because we identify ourselves by that person. So If you have to balance the two now, I have to know I love Gugu, but at the same time, Gugu can either accept or not. And also, people have to understand something. No matter how much you love a person, somebody can love you, you can love that person, and they still betray you. It's funny how we say we love God and we still sin.
Imwe. So sayenda. Monday service is so end up when so. But anyway, you know, that is actually very, very true. You know, I have been accused before. That is still end up with not Monday service. I've been accused before. I need to coin this word very, very carefully.
Yeah, because my gun is loaded against you right now.
Also, get your head out of the gutter. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is, two things that I've been accused of. I forgive too easily, but in my forgiving, I just move.
Distance.
Not distance. Like I just go, you tell me, Woody, this thing is not working. I'll be like, sharp, and go. And then they'll come accuse me, Woody, like, I thought you would fight for this. This is both platonic and
romantic,
but also I haven't been in a lot of romantic situations. Oh no, once, guys, I'm a baby girl. But anyway, so I have been accused of that. Like I move on immediately, like, but it's not moving on. It's understanding. Okay, cool. I'm not wanted in the space, so let me give you the space that you need if you want to do this. I'm okay with that. And for me, this is also another thing, and especially for my platonic relationships, it's also something that my friends have told me about. It's something that we have noticed about you, Gugu, is people can, like your friends, they can do you dirty, whatever. They can tell you they don't want to be in this relationship. Komano, there is a time when these people will come to you and you act as if nothing ever happened. It's like you keep your doors open because Woody, probably you might need that person, not in that way, but probably business wise. So you keep your connection still open, but you still are doing your thing. You don't do whatever. Like I said, I'm a humanitarian. I do understand seasons in every person, right? It's not each and every time where you need to be with that person like forever. That forever, it's fine. That forever is that forever. Komano, there are spaces where a person, they want to explore who they are without you. So when that comes, you should be able to not understand, but to have IQ, generally, that season has come. Ineso, let me branch off. Let me do my things. So if this person one day would have nani or whatever, I'm not going to hold that grudge. No.
And it's very true. What you're saying now is opening my mind. It's not even so cold-hearted,
yes.
But I think sometimes serving a relationship means letting it go for the current time and let certain things dry out.
Yes.
I think there are certain relationships I've ruined, not because they were supposed to be ruined, but because I couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
I'd be like, and at the end of the day, you even kill the future of that because you couldn't accept it for now. This has failed.
Yeah. And guys, relationship timaziwa kuti ababa tukakamisa ababa zathabwa ababa kuma tukakamisa, right? I always preach to this to my friends, to whatever. It's not just in a relationship, it's in a workplace, in whatever setting you are in, right? Take a step back, do your own personal reflection. What exactly is happening? Right? It's not, no, if you are not fighting for that thing, then you didn't love that person, or you are not loving your job as much, or whatever it is as much. No, in that season, you're not supposed to be in that environment in that particular moment. Take a step back, do a personal reflection, and then see or analyze the whole situation. Am I really supposed to be here? or should we just let this go? And if it
works again,
it'll come. It's zibwele na bobo, Komano we.
Yo. And
I don't even know how to put
I think there's somebody out there who's like me. I don't expect people to act right for something you have not communicated.
Yeah.
I'm learning to do that. I'm that person already. I expect people to have common sense. So I'll snap at once. And I'm gone. You get what I'm saying? So there are people out here that are expecting relationships, and I'm just learning good maturity means communicating your expectations. Yes. The other person is not a genie, and sometimes people are coming from a place where Mina stepping on you to them is normal. They are coming from toxic environments, places which they have been abused. Our ability to communicate, even in our backstory. Could I say we are coming from traditional homes, but you're in the US. I'm a woman who is also trying to advance in my career. Yes. I think we can make it work like this. Yeah. At the end of the day, you don't blame certain people because they didn't meet up your certain expectations, yet you did not communicate that to them.
I'll give you this example of the relationship that I have been in this lifetime. Like I've said, I've been in one relationship.
And I know about it.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, shame.
What a shame.
Right. I remember in the beginning of our friendship and of this rather friendship before it graduated to a whole relationship. I'm a person that lives in my head, right? I tell myself stories. Dude, my head is beautiful.
No, but there's an English for that. What is it?
Shush! Don't
psycho.
don't say whatever you want. So he says something about having expectations, right? Like to be able to communicate to people. I learned from that, but it also was not from there because, dude, communication is but it's very tough. All right. So I remember in our friendship zone, but nobody, you like this person, he likes you. I don't know what he got. I don't know what happened, but I did not talk to him like for a day or two. Then he came to me and then he said, I'm not what do you call? I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah.
I cannot guess what you're feeling or what you want me to do. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Teach me how you want me to treat you. He's a good communicator.
Very. My guy. And I have to be friends. I need to learn.
Hey, bro. I was
snap.
like, okay, all right. But you know what? I still failed on that one. Because it still took me years to actually learn goody. How should I be communicating? Because my thing was, I will show you. I was not using words.
Yeah.
I would show you how I want to be treated. So if he is not buying me any gifts, then I'll be the one to buy him gifts. So now my expectation is you also have to do the same for me. So it's show you, and then you learn from what I'm showing you, and then you do that for me. And most people, we are that.
Yeah, and I think because of that, I need to go somewhere and ask how I should treat that person.
It is.
Yes, and
that way.
I know, I didn't learn from you. I learned from him. Commander, there's something fascinating from what you've said.
Yeah.
You've said it took you about 2 years. And
not 2 years, I said years. For me, like I've said, that was my first relationship. But for me, the experience was I had seen a lot of people, how they handle themselves in their relationships. Yeah. I'm fortunate enough to have come from a family watching my mom and dad love each other. They were lovers till death. I think that's why they also all died in the same year, because the other one was like, you've died. I can't live without you. And then 3 months later, she also dies. Bitch ass people. But anyway, besides the point. But but the point is, I've grown up with seeing love, and for me, I told myself, I cannot be in a relationship if I'm not loved like this, right? If my partner is not my best friend.
Yeah.
If my partner is not this, because I saw my dad bring my mom flowers. I saw my dad calling my mom a lunch hour, Woody, you know what? Dress up in Africa, you have to be ready. We're going out for dinner. And he was not just going to do that. I'm going to lunch, but he'll bring a dress and shoes that she's supposed to wear for dinner, Mazuro. Right? And I'm like, God damn, man.
Yeah, he was a lover boy.
You know? Like when he's coming from work, the first thing, he'll hug her and give her a kiss. And I'm like, God damn. But the thing is, I also saw them at their worst. They would fight.
Yeah.
My mom would ice him out like, for 3 days, I'm going to see that this house is on
Not
fire.
okay.
Right? And then we'll go on, I got 3 days, like I'll keep scores, guy. I'll keep scores. 3 days, it matter. I want to conversation. And then I'll be like, okay, all right. You know what I mean? So there were things, because I'm seeing these experiences and other relationship experiences, I'll be like, then when I'm in a relationship, I need to be doing opposite of what this was. So the decisions that I was making as a young child, as a teenager, when I found myself in a relationship, and God damn bless this man, so it was not easy for him to actually convince me to be in this relationship.
Yeah.
Because I love myself too much. But anyway, I love myself too much to know the kind of person that I want to be with.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not my friend, if you know what, the list is long. But he did whatever. And I sit down, I'm like, how did he do that? How did he convince me to be his friend and be in a relationship with him? Right? But I had to start breaking all of those decisions that I had built over time. That's why it took me long to know, communication is not just showing a person, this is how you want them to treat you. It's also by communicating verbally. I say, when you do ABCD, I feel like this.
Wow.
You know, I feel like this, da, 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 da. So it's to be able, it's both. You can be able to show a person how you want them to treat you, but also you need to communicate. You know what? This is what I like. I like flowers. I want you to be writing me little notes or little letters, whatever. I remember there was a time I wrote him a letter, Woody, I want you to be my gay best friend. I'm sorry, but I'm a love at heart. When you convince me enough, I'm a love at heart. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. I love letters.
Yeah.
It's not just you text me, but I want you to write me a letter. I love flowers. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, the point is about communication. Just a point on the communication agent. Some people say, someone is not a telephone, no you people you were not communicating. It's not easy. It's very difficult. When you find your rhythm, then you should be able to communicate even when it is hard, because that's the beginning. Even when it is hard, try to communicate. And then if that person did not understand, try to go down to their level. Comprehension. So you need to understand good comprehension. Then if you are communicating at an 80%, and if the person is at a 30, come down to their level, and then have that proper conversation so that both parties should be able to understand one another.
Now, you know, that is making me think about something.
Okay.
I should be able to understand how I'm able to communicate to you and you understand is not how Luki will be able to understand.
Exactly.
And a lot of us are coming from places, our loved ones are not the first person.
Exactly.
So the way your ex was understanding and communicating to
and
you is not the way this new person is not gonna
very
be.
Different.
And all of us now have a task to learn this new person so that we can be able to communicate, because a lot of us are in relationships. So when we communicate our expectations, it becomes a battlefield. Not because it's a battlefield, but because you're trying to communicate maybe Morse code to somebody who understands Chinese or who understands English. If we learn all these languages, I think the people say there are 5 love languages and blah blah blah. Me, I believe there are 6. The other one is conflict. On it, how we are able to have a conflict, resolve it, and also to make sure in the coming time, because conflicts are inevitable, are gonna happen. And a lot of us know how to love one another, to go out, have sexual chemistry, but we don't know to have conflict chemistry.
Yes.
How do we resolve peacefully? And also, it's not about who is wrong, who is right. It's about how do we move from here to the future that we think about.
I think it has ended very beautifully. For once, we sit in a joke about it. We stand out.
You and I do your love us.
Chemistry. God damn. Yo. But anyway, it has been beautiful, and I pray for all your relationships. I even pray for you as an individual. As you are growing as a human person, as a soul, you are able to grow and mature with the right decisions that befit you.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes as people, we make decisions based on what other people think we have to be. But who are you? What are you? What works for you? And I feel like once you know and understand all of those things, life will be the most easiest thing that has ever been. I wish you love. I wish you a very beautiful love story that has ever existed. And I wish that each and every person out there find the ones, their soulmates, right? But also, soulmate does not mean good you have to be with that person. Other people, they're just soulmates just to help you, guide you through life. But anyway, that's I'm now ending on the wrong note. But anyway, let's go back to love. Okay, come back.
And chintu chimodzi chimene tidziwuzana
Yeah.
soulmate, love janchani, all these people are not one person.
They're
There
different.
are several people. Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Masoulmate akuzokhasikise
Wait.
because
Wait.
these are people that ukhoza kugwirizana nawo.
Exactly.
When you've said people that can understand you, your vision, your destiny, and these are several people. Maybe there is just when you go to spiritual aspect.
Okay,
I know there's God's good will and God's perfect will. That's something for church. You're gonna hear it in Garimabiro church. But at the end of the day, ukadzampeza munthu ngwenera ndapeza soulmate wina ndapeza soulmate wina adakalipo gulu.
Wait.
Find somebody.
And also, soulmate does not mean Gudi is just a man. See, Mamuna Ekai. I've met soulmates. My housemate is one of them.
So I would say, Gudi, find people build with. Be honest. Find people that you can. They're mature enough to handle your raw version, and also they're able to build with you from the raw that you are to a product that you can be. Do not use people.
No.
Because certain people are so much in love with you while you are trying to figure certain things out, and when you see that, you can pull out. You know what? Go. Kabena, if you want, these are the demographics of our relationship.
And most of you are in love with an idea.
True. I've been one of that person. The idea of what you can be with someone else is more beautiful than what that person is. To a degree, even the red flags, you are not able to see them. In the all honest, you can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, but
let us not be in love with an idea. Be in love with the present. What a person is giving you, is showing you.
Yeah.
Not all of those things. Not about an idea. What they can be in future, because that future might never come. Right. So like I said, we need to be having very tough conversations with ourselves, because when we are able to do that, it's very easy. It's very easy to find what exactly we are looking for. And is my heartbreak easy, being cheated on? And I feel like one of these days we have to come and dissect cheating, because it is one of the pandemics. It's like COVID right now, one of the pandemics going around in the world, not just Malawi but everywhere. So one of these days we'll talk about it. So yes, it's been us. Like I said, I wish you a very beautiful love story, both platonic and romantically. You are a very beautiful soul, and you deserve all the greatness that life has to offer you. So it's been us from the church elder herself, the Google master, and my deacon over there. Yes, they know your name? Tell them your name.
That's another thing. Somebody called me and was complaining. You call me Wishes.
No, we don't know Wishes.
You will.
You know?
Yeah.
Ndana Ngozo. Ngozo.
Ah, good.
His wishes to me.
We don't want him to phone. What do you go wishes
his wishes to me. You know what? Ngozo is the whole vision.
No, I'm not.
Right? Wishes is the lover man. He is the kind, whatever.
Okay, fine.
So, I choose to ignore his red flags and choose to be seeing the idea. So, yeah, it's been us. Till next time. Bye.